Good morning, America. Tom from Brooklyn, broadcasting to you from the bunker in the great state of Pennsylvania. Well, the wind of change is upon us, and are you all enjoying the wind of change? The cheaper oil prices, the cheaper gas prices, the prosperity in our economy, the peace of having all of our troops at home, the tranquility in knowing that Leonard Peltier was let out of jail as promised by Mr. Obama. You know, the people of the United States have been asked to accept a lot of change. And I think one of the changes that they're going to be asked to accept is a change in the Constitution. And people look the other way. It's become more than evident that there was a great deal of tampering in Mr. Obama's paperwork as to his residency requirements for the presidency. We're going to make a Nostradamus prediction soon. Keep your ears open, okay? We live in a nation of laws, regulations, and these type of things to form a society that by and large makes it easier for commerce, interaction, social interaction, and everything. These laws are there. They're not always fair, and they're not always just, and they don't always make us feel happy about things. They are confining. They are intrusive in some ways, but they are the way that we shape our society into something that we can all live with. Okay? I mean, we can live in a nation without any laws at all, and it would be survival of the fittest, and the weak would perish, and all these wonderful or terrible things, depending on where you were in social and economic status, would be happening. But because we live in a nation of laws, and we live in a constitutional republic, which not only restricts the power of government so that they can do anything they want with you, like we're seeing now as they try to subvert the Constitution. It's very, very interesting to see the end runs around the Constitution and how regulatory agencies have been given the power of arrest, the power of seizure, all of these things which are totally unconstitutional. Okay. So let's get back to the Mr. Obama situation. Now, let's look at this from a economic, a moral, and a legal outlook. Let's say, just view it in that manner. Okay. The residency requirement is to be the President of the United States is you must be born on land in the United States, okay? In the United States. That's it, not Kenya, alright? Not any place like that. And even if you were born in Hawaii, Hawaii was an illegally annexed and state created without the approval of the indigenous people. Okay, that was a seizure by force. And Bill Clinton actually apologized to the people of Hawaii, the indigenous people of Hawaii, for Admiral Perry's illegal annexing of Hawaii. And since that time there has been a interesting turnover in the land deeds and stuff there, because the bottom line here is Hawaii was its own sovereign nation, and it was taken over by the United States. But I don't want to cloud the issues. We're talking about Mr. Obama, okay? Now, Mr. Obama, whether he was naturally born here or born in Kenya, has been established. And Mr. Obama, being the bright, charismatic, young president that everybody seems to like, even though he hasn't done anything right yet, his residency requirement has not been met. Okay, he's going to come forward to the American people at some point in time and say, well, listen, I was innocent. And looking at it from the humanist or the human point of view, nobody knows where they were born. Okay, only their parents tell them, or there has to be documentation. The documentation has been clearly altered to say he was born in the United States. There exists in other parts of the world documentation that say he was born there. That should be a consideration into the disqualification of him as president. But because, like in every other situation, public approval, okay, or what's fair or what makes them feel good, we may have to overlook this type of law. Well, if we overlook this type of law, okay, if we overlook this type of law, whatever we feel good, we live in a nation of laws and regulations, whatever we don't feel good about following, are we going to be given the same option to pick and choose which laws we must obey, or which authorities we must give homage to, or what God we have to worship? All these things are getting very, very complex. And I wish Mr. Obama no ill feelings at all. I don't hate the man. I mean, I haven't seen anything good that he's done yet. I mean, he's traveling all over the world. He's spending a lot of money. It would be very, very interesting if Mr. Obama was to appeal to the American people and fail. If he was to get impeached. But the damage that he had done from the time he stepped into office should be repealed. The executive orders, the treaties, and of course this would bankrupt his banking buddies that backed him. So the object of the situation here is to keep Mr. Obama alive long enough to be impeached so that the legal beagles out there could in fact undo the harm that he's done to this nation. I like Mr. Obama. He's fun to watch on television. And you know, I could see him talking for 20 minutes without saying anything. And folks, we have an opportunity here with Pastor Manning, one of the people who's been screaming from the rooftops that we need to take this man out of office. Please, this would be the far more humane way to take this man out of office than when his CFR buddies are done with him. So the man has a family, and he doesn't need to go to jail. He really doesn't need to go to jail. All he has to do is step out of office. All right, stay strong, America, and we as Americans will come out of this a stronger nation. I promise you, because we have options. Let's hope we never have to use them. Bye.